Now children, here in this video we will talk about the types of connective tissues. As I have told you about the four kinds, there are four kinds of tissues in our body. This is the second type of tissue which I am going to discuss. Here you can see it is divided into three kinds of tissues: connecting tissues, skeletal tissue and the fluid tissues. Connecting tissues are of three kinds: areolar tissue, adipose tissue and fibrous. Skeletal tissue, bone and cartilage, whereas the fluid connective tissues are the blood and the lymph. Now one by one we will study about this. Now you see here that connective tissues are basically, they are the binding tissues. Okay, so these all three are used for the binding. Then skeletal tissues, these two are for the support. Okay, they support. And then fluid tissues, they are the transporting tissue. That means they will transport the materials inside our body. Now children, as you see here, starting from the connecting tissue, there are three kinds of tissues: areolar tissue, adipose tissue and fibrous connective tissue. So this areolar will do the packing things. Okay, it is known as a packing tissue. Why is it so? Because you see, it forms thin sheets and bind skin with the underlying tissues, whatever tissues are there, and the organs within that, they will pack it. Just like you see when some material or any item comes at your house, just like suppose TV or fridge, or they are kept in a box. Okay, inside the box there will be thermocol sheets over there. Okay, they do not send the material or the things only by keeping inside the box. So box is just like your body, and that material is just like your body organs. So there will be the space in between. So to fill that space, these areolar tissues are there. So that's why they are known as a packing material, and that's why your body organs are placed at the same place. They are not moving here and there. Okay. Now next is the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is basically the fat tissues. Why? Because they store the fat and they are filled with the oil globules. You can see these are the oil globules are there, small drops of oil, that is the fat, and that's why you see they work as a cushion for the organs. Okay, so some sort of fat will be there in your body, but if it will exceed, then the person will be known as a fat person. Okay, the extra fats will be there. Okay, so that is called the adipose tissues, and they are surrounding the organs. Okay, basically you see the tummy becomes bigger and bigger. It is just because of the more and more adipose tissues are there, and that the fat globules will be there, oil globules will be filled. And the third one is in this, that is the fibrous connective tissue. These are the fibrous one, in which there are two kinds of tissues, that is the tendons and the ligaments. Now children, in this picture you can see that the tendons, where the tendons are and where are the ligaments. So ligaments are basically, they are the elastic fibrous tissue. Okay, they can be stretched, and what else they do, they connect two bones. Okay, bone to bone connection is with the help of ligament only. So sometimes when you get a sprain on your body, or some sort of little twisting on your bones, okay, so that is the ligament fracture is there. Okay, or ligament tear is there. Okay, and the next one is the tendons. Tendons are basically they attach the muscle with the bone, and that's why we are able to move. So the muscles and bones are connected with the help of this fibrous tissue, that is called the tendons. Okay, that is the muscle bundles are attached with that, and it is white non-elastic fibrous tissue. Now children, next is the skeletal tissue. As you all know that skeletal tissue is a kind of supporting tissue. Okay, it is considered as supporting tissue. So here is bone and cartilage. So one by one we will study about bone, and then we will study about the cartilage. Now children, here you see the bone. Bone, you know, it forms the total framework of your body, and that's why you are able to stand and walk, and you are having some sort of framework. Okay, otherwise it will be just like a sack kept over there, only the muscles are there. Okay, so basically this framework is formed with the help of the skeletal system, and this skeletal system is made up of bones. How many bones you all are having? We all are having 206 bones. But remember, when we are born, that time we are having more bones, like that is around 300. But as we grow older, these bones start fusing with each other. Smaller bones will start fusing with each other, and then it will remain only 206 when we become adult. Basically, our bone is made up of calcium and phosphorus. Okay, and it has a spongy, that means inside there will be spongy, that is a bone marrow is there, where the production of red blood cell and white blood cell happen. Okay, the producers, that is called the bone marrow. Yellow marrow is there and red marrow is there. Okay, so in higher classes you will study more about this, but it's a kind of a connective tissue, and also it protects the organs, delicate internal organs like brain, lungs and the heart. Children, one more very interesting fact is that in our whole skeletal system, our feet contains the most most bones. Okay, out of 206, only in feet there will be only 52. Okay, that means 1/4 of the all total bones we will have in the feet only. So this is an interesting fact you can know. Children, this picture you seems a little funny, but this is only to tell you that our nose is having the cartilage. Okay, the another skeletal tissue is the cartilage, and that is much softer, harder than the muscle, but softer than the bones. Okay, so it can be bent very easily and it can be folded very easily also. Okay, some sort of movement can be seen. Cartilage is found in the ears also. Okay, ears, that's why you are able to fold your ears. Okay, and there can be piercing also, easily can be done in the ears and the nose. So these two are having the cartilage. Apart from that, this windpipe is also having the cartilage. So they are the softer one, harder than the muscles but softer than the bones. And one more place where the cartilage are found, that is at the joints of the bones. Okay, wherever the two bones meet, there will be the cushion called the cartilage also. Okay, so that helps in the protecting the bones from getting damaged, because once the bone will start rubbing on each other, then they will get hurt or they will get damaged. And children, here comes the last one, that is a fluid connective tissue. Okay, fluid connective tissue is basically the blood and the lymph. Blood runs in your whole body, so it is a kind of connective tissue. It connects your whole body. Okay, and it will carry different materials also. Okay, inside your whole body, and that's why it is known as the connective tissue. Okay, so here you see that in the blood is red in color, you know. Is there any other color? Yes, in some animals they are having the blue color also, that we will talk later on. So here you see that RBC, WBC and platelets are present in our in our blood. Okay, these are the three formed elements. They are present in our blood: RBC, red blood cell; WBC, white blood cell; and blood platelets. They are helpful for the clotting of the blood. Okay, RBC, basically they carry the oxygen because they are having the hemoglobin. Okay, WBC, they fight against the diseases. Okay, and the blood platelets are there, which help in the clotting of the blood. One fact about this, about RBC, or you can say about the blood, I want to tell you that the brain takes 20% of the oxygen from the blood. Whatever the oxygen entered inside our blood, then out of that 20% of the oxygen is taken by the brain. So that means the brain needs more and more oxygen. And WBCs are known as the soldiers of the body. Why? Because they fight and kill germs which are entered inside our body and which do harm inside our body. They are not supposed to enter, but once they have entered, then WBC will start controlling them and they will fight them with them and they will kill them. Okay, and then we will get protected. And the blood platelets, they are helpful for the clotting of the blood. They do not lose the blood from our body. So students, hope you all have understood the topics. If you have any doubt or question, you can ask in the comment section below, and the remaining topics will be covered in the next videos. Please like, share it with your classmates, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get my latest updates. Thank you and take care.